gonna say, if you are, I'm gonna have to put this on my computer because nothing's coming through the phone, like the stream.
I don't chase no highs, I don't fear the drop. I'm patient, I'm watching, I'm calling the shots. Scanning these charts where the bottom lies. Waiting for sellers to run out of tries. Discipline's the key, don't FOMO in. Stick to the plan and let the gains begin. Buy the bottom, sell the top. Riding waves, we never stop. Stop loss tight, take profit high. Smart money moves, let the rookies play. MACD's crossing, I take my chance. Risk is managed, I let it dance. If it breaks below, I cut it clean. No room for hope, I trade like a machine. Bear market blues, I'm stacking cheap. Great companies, I play for keeps. When fear takes hold, I press my bed. History shows we ain't done yet. Trading's a game, don't play like a fool. Stick to the range and follow the rules. Patience and knowledge, the lessons are clear. Swing in these trades, year after year. MACD's crossing, I take my chance. Risk is managed, I let it dance. If it breaks below, I cut it clean. No room for hope, I trade like a money's pie. Bear market blues, I'm stacking cheap. Great companies, I play for keeps. When fear takes hold, I press my bed. History shows we ain't done yet. Bear market blues, I'm stacking cheap. Great companies, I play for keeps. When fear takes hold, I press my bed. History shows we ain't done yet. Trading's a game, don't play like a fool. Stick to the range and follow the rules. Patience and knowledge, the lessons are clear. Swinging these trades, year after year. Year after year. Year after year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the stock market show. Here we are, the Shaw and Shade show, state of the stock market. We are live. We got the intro out of the way. I was laughing at the thumbnail because because Joey Shaw looks like he's gonna knock you out with that nose.
I got a big nose.
But no, jokes aside. Hey, what's up, Tyrone? We got Tyrone. We got Tyrone here. Hey, good morning. Shout out to Tyrone Gray, 8171. All right, so let's get into the show, guys. Let's get into the show. Um, first thing we want to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a volatile year of gains. A few losses, Color stock. Oh no, Color and then MSTR. Of course, I
Oh
would
yeah.
end up taking losses on those two, right? Right, Joey Shaw.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
Bitcoin treasuries. But overall, profitable year with plenty of lessons learned and much more to look forward to in 2026. This year, we tanked really hard at the beginning because of the Trump tariffs. Then we rallied to new highs from the April bottom and crushed the markets. And then we crashed again. And so here we are, still in the middle of a crash. I believe very strongly that 2026 through 2028, the next 3 years will be more of the same. A lot of volatility, lots of big ups and lots of big downs. I think that's the kind of volatility that will be brought on by this administration. And as long as you position yourself appropriately on good companies that follow the markets up and down, and as long as you're buying at that purple line and you're buying stocks that create new highs every time on the rally, it's going to be very hard to lose. Now, with that said, this isn't just the Shade Show. Joey Shaw, take the floor here. What are your thoughts on 2025 and your forecast for 2026?
All right. Well, let's notice my Bitcoin hat first. So, even though it's getting absolutely pounded right now, I love it. It's going to be wonderful long term. But I definitely agree with Shades for the next 3 years. It's going to be volatile. I mean, good grief. This administration, they just do whatever the heck they want to most of the time. So it's going to be up and down, uncertainty all over the place. Tariffs, AI, crypto, everything's going on. So I agree with Shades that we're going to be volatile. I think the trajectory is going to be mostly upward, but until things get a little bit more calm, especially in the first part of 2026, that's we got Clarity Act coming out for crypto. Stocks are all time high. We're getting out of fear. I mean, you got a bunch of changes coming in. Fed Chair Powell's going to be out by May. Interest rates are coming down. It's just there's a lot going on. And then I've learned some lessons myself with taking some losses on MSTR and the trends. Don't fight the trend. Don't fight the trend. That's for sure. That's what I've learned this year. And also, don't fight your own research. Even though I've gotten pummeled on MSTR, my long-term outlook on the company is still just the same. The fundamentals are the same. So don't let anybody get into your research. That's what I got for now. What else are we going to talk about here, Shades?
Yeah, your forecast for 2026.
Okay. I think the first half of the year is going to be choppy. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about crypto first. I think we're going to have an unexpected rise in crypto because it's been beat down, and Clarity Act is supposed to be passing in January. It's already passed the House. So if it actually gets signed into law, that should have a nice pump for crypto. But state of the market, it's still risk asset. If they can find liquidity, it might come up, come down. I think we're just going to have a chop year, like up, down, up, down, up, down. And then midterms, stimulus checks are probably going to come out before midterms because they want to increase their chances of getting reelected. So I think AI still goes on a run. I don't think we're in a bubble. It might be an eventual bubble, but it's a very small one now. And I believe AI still runs through 2026 until it meets an energy crisis. And I don't know when that's going to happen. That's what I'm seeing. Just chop. So play your major companies, stick with the ones you want, and then play the upside, play the downside, and use all the tools that we've been teaching you about covered calls and different things in the right market settings.
Yeah, I want to follow that up with crypto. For me, at least for my part, the main focus is going to be on the Bitcoin miners and the ETFs, in particular the ARK-B ETF. Of course, it follows Bitcoin one for one. So every time Bitcoin creates a new high, the ETFs create a new high. It's not a real company, right? It's not like a Bitcoin miner. A Bitcoin miner is a company. It can have earnings and tank. Whereas with the ETF, you don't got to worry about that. So I would say if you want to take a little more risk for higher reward, go with the Bitcoin miners, CLSK, Riot, Mara, BitF, and the many others out there. But if you want to take it easy, not have to think about it, then I would go with the ETFs. In particular, I am focused on ARKB, but there are some other ones if you want to look into it. Those are my thoughts on crypto. So, Joey Shaw, let's move forward here. What do you think about stocks? What do you think is going to be hot for 2026? In my opinion, just my opinion, I think AI is going to continue to be AI and quantum robotics is going to continue to be what gets us going. Right now, they're real cheap because everything's discounted. And I believe we will go to new highs, of course, just like anything. At the beginning of any revolution, we will end up with some companies that just go down under and don't make it. But among those will be the diamonds and the roughs, and there will be a lot of money to be made. In particular, I am focused on SoundHound, APLD, and SoFi. What about you, Joe Shaw?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on your take on AI. Just like I said, I think it's going to run still until it meets its energy crisis. I don't know when that's going to happen because they're ramping up infrastructure for energy, but it uses a ton of it and it's growing fast. So the more AI picks up, the more it's going to meet that energy. I do believe it runs through 2026, but that depends on when energy meets it. I definitely agree on robotics and quantum. I don't know a ton about quantum, but it's been hyped up and down, and I don't see why it will stop. Robotics, RR is not a bad play long term, and then Tesla is my other big robotics play. But the stocks that I'm definitely watching right now, for sure, for 2026 is MSTR. I think crypto is going to have a nice run. I think it's going to be a better year for 2026 in crypto than most people think, but it's going to be choppy. I'm also watching SoFi and SoundHound. I'm looking for HIMS, but I don't expect healthcare to do anything particularly amazing just yet.
Just yeah, you're supposed
Just
to, you know,
yet, yeah.
you're supposed to
It's
say,
a
hey,
sleeper.
hey, now
It's a
back to you,
sleeper.
Shades, like a professional. Now back to Shades.
Back to shades.
All right, thank you,
Sorry.
sir. Thank you. Now, we like to joke around, guys, and we're still getting used to the new format, trying to be professional. Although Joey Shaw is wearing a hat and a hoodie. Where's the suit and the tie?
Suit and tie. No, I'm not a suit and tie guy. I'll never be a suit and tie.
Of course not.
Talk-
He's a
talk-
crypto millionaire. He doesn't need a suit.
Don't need a suit and tie. I need
All right,
schmeckles.
we got he's got the schmeckles, but we got a special message from Jeff. Trucker Jeff sent us this video from California. He said he's been thinking about APLD. He said Nick from the Discord, you know, he was a dummy for selling APLD at a loss. So he has this message to say to everyone. He is a big believer of APLD, believes in the AI infrastructure, and thinks it's going to go to 100 plus. So let's see what Trucker Jeff had to say here.
Hey Shades, Trucker Jeff here. I say APLD stock is a buy. Oh!
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Trucker Jeff says all in on APLD stock. Cannot go wrong with APLD. He's a big believer in that one. I know Naveen, the Indian guy, who's still holding APLD at $6. He is still holding. He is still buying more. He's not scared, and also believes in it. If you got patience and discipline, I think APLD it's a no brainer. Anyone who sells at a loss is just, I think, is just dumb as a rock. Right, Lewis. Lewis, what's your name again? Joey Shaw.
Joey Shaw.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
man,
just-
I love APLD. Actually, you turned me on to it, and it's
You
funny
turned
when
me
you
on
learn
to it. Turned me on.
You did. You did. You know, gay jokes aside, but yeah, yeah, I like it. I like what they're doing with data centers. I think they're going to be one of the better companies that are going to stick around. Their financials are okay. I think their cash flow needs to get up a little bit. I can check that out in a second. But yeah, and it's funny whenever you alerted it, I think it was yesterday when you bought, I was looking at buying and immediately selling some at the money covered calls on it because I think we're going to be going through some chop. But I like it in the low 20s for sure. And I believe it's going to hit purple line right around 21 on daily chart. So it's at a pretty decent grab some stage right now in the low 24, high 23. But it'll probably come down to 22, 21. But yeah, I like this. I like this a lot for 2026 and beyond.
I have to disagree here with what Maga Nick, as they like to call him. He sold at a loss of like $1,000, and I'm like, what? That doesn't. He was like being bearish on it when it was at like low 20s, and I'm like, huh, sir, this is not how you play the game. So let's pivot into lessons learned. I think this is a good topic to talk about. Lessons learned. So this year, for me personally, what I learned is a lot of people are just very, very greedy. Very greedy. $800 a week, that's too little. But the funny thing is, if there's a guy working at a supermarket for $20 an hour, he has to work 40 hours to make that same 800. If you can make 800 a week on the stock market, you're already winning. bare minimum, but you're winning. You're winning. You're profitable, and you're making as much as someone who actually has to, wake up in the morning, put on the McDonald's shirt, and go, toss the fries and the salt. So that's what I've learned. I learned that people are very, very, very delusional. What is it? Delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just I think it's ridiculous, and that's why I started doing the building habits so that you can see that 800 a week is not bad, and then we'll scale up to 1,500, 2,000, etc. But you got to build those good habits first, and of course, for my side of things, I learned to not trade Bitcoin treasuries. They can go straight to hell. I know that Joey Shaw disagrees. He's going to go all in on MSTR and BMNR and all that other garbage. But I'm not touching those anymore. They're dead in the water for me. They don't respect my money. They just keep taking my money and diluting. Screw them. In terms of strategy, this is the year where I optimize my strategy. I've kind of almost got everything down to a T. So it's just kind of a matter of executing on everything at this point. It's kind of becoming automatic. I don't know how else to explain it. It's easy for me to say this because I know my strategies, but now I've optimized it. I know, like, okay, when we're in a downtrend, let's just wait for this signal. We're in an uptrend, let's wait for this signal. When we're doing this, I do this. When this happens, I do this. It's all automatic now. No, I'm no longer like fumbling about thinking about it. It's just automatic is the best way to put it. So yeah, that's really all I got to say with regards to lessons learned and optimization of my strategy. So to Joey Shaw, let's talk about Joey Shaw here. What lessons have you learned, and and has anything changed with regards to strategy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Shades. Definitely learned a lot this year. Always learning. I'm always learning because what I learn, I get to pass on to other people, and then I get to take my mistakes and help other people not make the same ones. So I don't mind having my mistakes out there for other people. They suck. I took a big hit this year because I wasn't paying attention to the trend, and I was learning how to trade because I'm a long-term investor. So that I'm learning how to trade, and Shades is helping me with that. But I get stubborn sometimes. So pay attention to your trends. So I lost a lot of money playing call options when I should have been playing put options because I was being stubborn, and my own long-term research I've discovered hurts me in the short term. So I know my long term is going to be well, but I need to listen to people that are more expert like Shades in the short term. So that's a lesson learned for me, is learning to do better in the short term as opposed to just always focusing on the long term. So yes, I will not sell my MSTR position. I doubled down on my BMNR position because I really like crypto, and I think digital asset treasuries are going to do extremely well, especially the biggest two. And I like both of those networks. As opposed for strategies, I'm going to be definitely utilizing covered calls, especially in market conditions when it's going down, like we've been teaching everybody here. I've made several $100 in the last several weeks, 100% success rates on covered calls because I'm pretty good at them. I should have played a little more aggressive this week. But yeah, it's just more paying attention to what the market is giving me now instead of what I see in the long term. I won't take away from my long-term positions because those are wealth building, and that's going to be wonderful to hold on to those assets in 5 years. But I have to do better in the short term so I can collect more assets for bigger wealth in the coming years. Let's see, one more thing. I've got a lot of stuff automated now. So my buys, they're all automated. I got the money that's coming in from my paycheck and my outside sources. Everything's automated. Everything's set it and forget it. So now it's just focusing on better trades in the short term and not over trading. I'm focusing on just a few companies and trading those companies instead of being a goldfish and going after everything. So that's what I'm looking for, and building better systems and building better relationships with people to help get us all to the same place. So that's what I got. Back to you, Shades.
So let's talk about any stocks or crypto related stocks or crypto itself that you got your eyes on? Anything that you predict? Any price targets you want to give for 2026, 2027, 2028? Anything you guys got your eyes on? Any predictions? Any stocks you want the audience to know, like, hey, this is the one to buy, and I believe it's going to be worth this much? Back to you.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to hate me for it, but I can't get away from MSTR. It's extremely undervalued. I've studied the crap out of this company, and yeah, it's been beat like a red-headed stepchild for sure. And a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people don't understand Bitcoin. So I'm very bullish on crypto, especially like you have the SEC chairman talking about tokenizing the entire stock market and bringing it on chain. So crypto as an asset is only $3.5 trillion. The whole market. Gold is $30 trillion. So crypto is tiny, so it has a lot of room to run. And I think that's going to happen over the next couple of years. And I believe people are missing the link between traditional finance and DeFi coming together. So an MSTR is creating insanely amazing products. They have the best financial products I've ever seen. And they even have a product that pays almost 11% fixed rate yield. And they've offered it to retail. You can even buy it on Robinhood. So they use AI and crypto to find the best way to make financial products better for everybody. It's just brilliant. And they can bring in ridiculous amounts of money. They've acquired almost 50% more Bitcoin this year. They bought 231,000 Bitcoin this year. So, and Bitcoin's just an asset that's going to continuously go up. It'll eventually run with gold. So MSTR is the sleeper play. I'm telling you, over the next 2 to 5 years, you're going to wish you owned some, especially now, because you can get a hell of a better price than I got in. So MSTR is definitely my go-to, and I believe Solana and Ethereum are going to be Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum. Those are the only three that you really, really need for crypto long term. What about you? What are you looking at? What's your favorite play?
My favorite play, again, APLD, followed by none other than SoFi. If crypto, BMNR, and all these are going to take off because of the, financial revolution? Or what does Tom Lee call it?
Financial revolution. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, if that's going to happen, then SoFi's positioned for gains at that point. So I think I'm going to go with SoFi over the treasuries and all that. You know, I know people love Tom Lee, but the thing is, Tom Lee only buys shares and he sits on the position. He's not loading up calls. You know, I don't think even Michael Saylor's loading up on calls, right?
Nope, he's not. Yeah. Just Joey Shaw. Don't do
that. Yeah, I've noticed people do not value the shares, the infinite time that comes with holding shares. So I would say no calls, nothing like that, no crazy stuff, just good old fashioned shares on APLD. We're gonna need the AI infrastructure. I think not Serve Robotics. What's the other robotics? I think the robotics sector is it's only gonna get hotter. Rich Tech Robotics. That's one to keep an eye on. It's already nice and cheap at the purple line. I think that will be worth so much more than where it's at right now. So if you guys got patience and discipline and you keep buying at that purple line and not chasing highs, hoping it goes higher, like Alex Petrovsky, he bought Rich Tech Robotics with me at the top. But the difference between me and him is he didn't take the loss. He chased high, hoping it goes higher, but with no strategy to exit. So he's just holding a big bag all the way down, 50% plus, I believe. Whereas I was like, you know what? I'll take the 10%. I'll reposition cheaper. No big deal, right? I can sleep good at night. He doesn't sleep that well at night, I think, because sometimes he messages me and he's like checking Rich Tech Robotics, you know, overnight, pre-market, you know, that screw all that. Better to sleep good at night. So with that said, I believe that Rich Tech Robotics, along with APLD, I think that's the double whammy right there. That's the McRib and the Big Mac. What more could you? Maybe I'm just hungry. Maybe I'm just hungry, but
that's funny.
But that's but yeah, that's it. That's all you need. You got the combo. You need the fries and the soda and lock in. I think it's those two. You buy those two right now near the purple line and hold for the next few years. You can make a lot of money long term, and also for good. It's also good for swing trading. You can swing those for like 10% up and then short it via covered calls too if you want. A lot of money to be made on these, because if a stock is going to go long term and you believe that, it's hard to lose because it's always going to come back for you, even if you buy the top. But it's preferable if you didn't, obviously. We did get a question from the audience. Intuitions. Question for Joey Shaw. MSTR over BMNR long term? Thoughts?
Yes, absolutely. And when we talk about long term, I'm talking like 10 years plus, just because Bitcoin is a completely different asset. Bitcoin is daddy in the crypto market. It's not an altcoin. It's the thing that started everything. There might be a point when altcoins do better than Bitcoin. There might even be a time when one of them flips Bitcoin's price, market cap. But ultimately, over time, because of its scarcity and just the style of Bitcoin's asset, and it's the most reputable, that's where institutions will flow for long term, like gold. So MSTR over BMNR long term, yes. Short term, I believe BMNR is the better play. But long term, MSTR will probably be one of the most valuable companies in the stock market.
Load up on MSTR. As always, I would say short MSTR. Not
a bad idea too right now. Bitcoin's still
it's still looking garbage.
Yep.
So yeah,
still looking down. MSTR
people are
closed below 155.
It has not broken that downtrend.
It hasn't. I'm waiting for MSTR. If MSTR closes below 150 or 155, I'm going to probably sell the rest of my 15 shares down to my 100 so I can still sell covered calls, because it looks like it's going to tank even more in the short term, because that's a pretty big line.
Trucker Jeff said, state of the stock market is ridiculous. LOL. Wish it'd do one thing or the other. Go into a bear market or rally. This lately has been BS.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
He's been very adamant about just please do something.
This, if I could take over for a quick second, like, I like these parts when nobody knows what's going on, especially in crypto. For me, it's been an absolute blessing this year because I've been able to stack my crypto positions all year long. Some of them I stacked early, so I'm a little bit down on my positions, but recently I was able to put a little extra money in, get my cost basis down, and I've hit a lot of full positions in my, I think I have 12 crypto. So, and about 7 or 8 of them I have a full position in. So yeah, it sucks not to see the stock market go up, but also it's a blessing whenever you have some money laying around to buy more shares lower. But yeah, it's been moody. Man, she's been moody, and get used to it, Jeff. I think the next 3 years are going to be moody too.
Wants things to either go really, really down a lot so his wife's mom can die and they can sell the $1 million. So they can sell the $1 million house and put that into APLD nice and cheap is what he's been telling me. It's a true story. I don't know if he's told you.
He has not.
He has not told you about that? Apparently his wife's mom is dying, so he's just like, come on, just die so I can sell this house. Apparently she tried to do a reverse mortgage to screw them over. So so he's obviously more motivated, like, oh yeah, I hope you just croak now.
That's pretty awful that late in life you're trying to screw people over. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
What's the point?
He was banking on that house too, so he would have been really screwed because that was his like nest egg.
Yeah. That's not good when your nest egg goes away. So, I've been there.
Anyways, trucker just business aside.
That's funny though. Mother-in-law.
We do have a question here. Sound APLD or RGTI is buy right now? Yes, it is, Sandeep. It is a buy, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, just some guy on YouTube that uses an anime avatar because I'm too much of a coward to show my ugly face.
That curly hair.
Does Joey Shaw have a YouTube channel?
I do. Yes, I do.
Wait, can you drop the link in there, or are you on the? Are you on the stream?
Drop the link. let me drop the. Let me figure out how to do that. So I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a guy on YouTube. So yeah.
That's his motto, at least.
It is. It is definitely my motto. Let me find my link.
By the way.
What's that?
He does not use thumbnails.
I do not. I told you I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a guy on YouTube.
Even though they're like, while he's taking a poo, he can easily.
Not creative, man. Stop messing with my mojo, bro. Stop
did
messing
you
with my mojo.
did you drop the link or?
I'm trying to figure out how to drop a link. Like I said, I'm not even
Yeah,
a
he's not a
YouTuber.
YouTuber. I'll drop the link then. I got you.
All
All
right.
right.
See, this
You
is why this is very important to have people, have a team.
I
It's
forget
very
what
important to have a team, especially in the stock market
I forget that
or in
Joey
life
Shaw's
in general.
80. He's old. I forget about that. I treat him like
I
he's
am.
young. I'll drop the
I'm
link
old.
then. I got you.
I'm really old. I'm a
Right.
big
See,
kid,
you-
but
This
I'm
is
old.
why
I don't like this
very
technology
important to have
crap. I used to walk uphill both ways in the snow.
You used to do that?
No, not really. Just joking around. My dad used to say stuff like that all the time.
All right. Let's get back to the show here. Back to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for dropping the link.
All right. So, where were we again? Oh yeah. So what stocks do you have your eyes on? Any stocks, not crypto related, just regular old stocks. Any
Definitely
sector,
SoFi.
anything that you want to call for the next few years.
Definitely SoFi. I can't agree with you more on that. Like, I mean, SoFi is a great company. It's been building itself up for several years. It's finally getting that fintech multiple. They do have crypto, but that's not like their full appeal. I mean, to me, I've said it a couple of times. I think it's the stock that or the bank that people grow up with. I think SoFi becomes like the new JP Morgan because it's got a very nice user friendly platform. You can do things quickly. They're very user friendly. Their customer retention is great, and they're upgrading all their services very well. And their management team does what they say they're going to do. So I've been following this stock since it was $7, and now it's $27. And anywhere in the 20s is a pretty decent. Well, lower 20s is a pretty decent entry point. But yeah, fintech, financials, bank. I mean, they're in the right space. They're in the absolute right space, and they're doing all the right things. So I can't say enough good things about SoFi. I think it's a great wheel strategy company. It's not ridiculously expensive, so you can wheel it for $2,700. That means get in with puts and get out with calls, and then just rinse and repeat and take advantage of the volatility. But I think it's going to do very well, and I don't know when, but I believe it'll be over $100. I don't like price targets because people like, oh man, I can't wait till it gets to $100. It's going to take a few years for that, but it'll be worth it. Great company. Back to you, Shades.
I was waiting, and I'm
Sorry,
like,
I forgot to.
your face is just bumbling about it, and I'm like, is this guy gonna say back to Shades or? But but no, yeah. So I can agree with some of that, especially with SoFi. All right, for the final topic, anything you want to say to the audience that we did not touch on? Me personally, I'll start. Guys, just be very patient. This game is all about patience. Whether we're volatile, whether we're going sideways, whether we're at the purple line, whether we're at highs, it's all you get paid to just sit there and do absolutely nothing but let it go up. That's all it is, literally. Too many people, they just want to get rich quick and they want to use margin. I don't know what they're thinking, quite frankly. You got to start small and then prove to yourself that you can, be disciplined and build those good habits. If you can't do that and just keep gambling, because I've had people reach out to me and tell me, "Oh, I made 90% return in a month," but then October came around and then they obviously performed horribly, and their short-term dated calls got absolutely obliterated. So it doesn't matter if you make 90% return in 1 month. If the next month you're just going to give it all back. So you got to have those good habits. Too many people go into the markets with building bad habits. They become gamblers, or they become like MAGA Nick, right? Been trading for like a decade, but he built bad habits, so he's just never gonna until he breaks those bad habits. He's not really gonna be profitable. Even if he gets a big win on NUAI, more than likely he's still not even profitable over the long term. Like he's still probably in the red over the course of that decade Because if he was profitable, he never would have joined the Discord. He would not need a Discord. He'd already know what he's doing. So the point I'm trying to make is a lot of you just need to sit back, relax, wait for the signals, and be patient. You got to be patient for the signals. Got to be patient for the sell. Got to be patient for everything. And but we will do our flips. We will flip a lot, and we will make money that way too for the people who need that dopamine hit every day. But other than that, that's what it is. People just want that dopamine hit, Joey Shaw. But anyways, that's all I got to say for my part. Anything you want to say to the audience for going into 2026?
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with the consistency part. One of the best things in life is consistency. So, and while I've been talking about not the stock market for a quick second, I've run into people all the time. They just want to make more money. But if you're putting money into the stock market or anything that you need right now, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you need to do the right steps. So you need to get your short-term finances under control. So you got to have a spending plan or a budget, whichever one sounds better to you. You need to have an idea where your money's going. You need to separate it in different places. A lot of people just have their money in one big place. It's a bad idea. It's unorganized. I give like a reference of, you shouldn't put your underwear in your silverware drawer. So why is all of your money in the same place? Because you have to have it, your vacation fund, your bill fund, your fund money, your pet stuff. So get your short-term finances under control and understand that. Also, teach your children what you're doing. Like, I don't know how many people out there have kids, but they have more time than you. So if you teach your kids what you're doing now and you do that with them, they can grow up with this and have better choices as they grow up. So a lot of people struggle in their 30s and 40s and 50s. But if we teach our kids better principles now, they're going to grow up better, wealthier, and have a better mindset. So not just the stock market, but be more consistent in your life and know yourself and what you want to do with life, and then, get a plan. So I know that's not exactly what people were maybe expecting, but if you're not ready to be in the stock market because your short-term finances aren't under control, your stock market journey is going to be twice as bad, because you're going to need that money. It's a bad idea to play the stock market with money that you need for your day-to-day life. So that's what I got for everybody.
I can sum that up in a few words. Build good habits. That's it. Just build good habits, guys. That's why I started this series,
Yes.
building good habits. And I hope Joey Shaw in 2026 starts a series like that, building good habits with Joey Shaw. I don't know what that is for his side of things from his perspective, but I'm sure he's got something that he can cook up. Because we're two people in the stock market with different viewpoints. He loves the crypto, the MSTR and the BMNR and all that. It was a glitch.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on the glitch?
But no, yeah, absolutely. Building good habits is one of the best things you can do, and then living off those principles and standards. That's how you make money. Not hype cycles, not big things. It's building good plans and having consistent wins over time, and really knowing what doing what you know. Don't. What I did for years was try to learn everything. Don't. Learn what you learn what works, and stick with it. You don't have to go out and try this and try that and, I'm going to do this. No. Learn what works, stick with it. Sometimes the most boring things are the best and most profitable. Period.
All right, guys, We're going to call it a show there. Going to go into the closing remarks. Just going to read some comments here. Happy holidays. Shout out to another day, another trade. Silent Cat. RR liquidated stock for Christmas presents. Hell yeah, I did. Randy No 5 Me, my man Joey. You got a fan, my man Joey.
Yeah, buddy.
And Seb. Hi Shades, how's it going? It's going great.
Randy. Oh, hey buddy, how you doing?
Wait, you know that guy? Or
Yeah, I know. I've known Randy for a long time. We talk. Yeah.
Oh.
He's from Michigan. Good friend of mine.
All right, good to know. Now I will make fun of him every time I see.
That's fine. He'll give it right back.
But no, oh yeah, Seb. Yeah. So Seb Luca, he brought up 3D printing. What are your thoughts on that sector? 3D printing in the future. That's something I haven't looked into, and I was going to ask you if you know anything about that sector in particular.
Oh, that's an interesting. I haven't heard anybody talk about 3D printing in a while, but it kind of makes a lot of sense to think about what's going on, and everything's digital, so why not digitally create something physical from a computer? It could probably take off, but I don't know enough about the sector right now to give a intelligent conversation on it. But I'll do some research. I'll write that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research too. Subluke thinks I'm just gonna drop my Christmas to look up the 3D printing stocks, and I'm like, bro, I got a life. I can't just be. What does he think? I
Yeah,
just sit there looking at stocks all day. But yeah, no, we're gonna check it out, Subluke. We're gonna check out the 3D printing stocks and see what we find. That's something we're
yeah,
gonna look into. I don't. That sector has not been talked about in a long time, but I looked at the sector ETF for 3D printing, and it's just going sideways. So, and it seems to have these like huge hype cycles, like very rarely, but it does have them. So maybe it'll get a resurgence in the future, and there will be a big pump. So I'm gonna look into all the companies related to 3D printing and see what we find. Um, we got a
yeah.
message from we got a message from Sandeep Kumar. I have 30K stocks invested this year. Still lost 3.5% on 30K. Definitely will sell and follow you guys. Hope next year will be good for me. Make profits as long as you're following the shades, man. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree with that. Follow Shades over me in the short term, and listen to me over long term, because Shades doesn't know what he's talking about.
Seb Luke said 3D printing is going to replace the construction workers and eventually food and doctors. It's crazy the technology. Yes, I like to get high too.
No, I mean, he's got a point. He's got a point. I don't know if it'll replace. I'm not sure how it's going to replace construction workers. But I mean, it could be. I don't know. It could be 3D printing robotics. I don't know. I have to look into it. So I appreciate the insights from
All right,
Subluke.
Joey Shaw. I muted my mic. I have to go. I have to go fart real quick.
Okay.
So just distract them.
Yeah,
Read the
sure.
comments. Read the comments and talk to them.
Yeah, read the next comment. In China, they're using or thoughts on silver. We'll cover that real quick. Um, geez, silver's been going crazy. So it's used in AI. It's used in chips. So I think there's been a little bit of a supply shock for silver, and it's in high demand. I think it's going to go over 100 because there's no reason for the demand for silver to stop. Precious metals are going to be more and more needed as AI moves forward. So I like it. And silver has done nothing for a very, very long time. So yeah, I like silver. Get some. Let's see here. In China, they're using 3D printing for houses. I think in India for artificial organs, and they even have 3D printing for food right now. Just wait 10 years and until the technology advances more. That's interesting. Yeah, it seems like you've been pretty up to date, Sub Luke, on the 3D printing. That's a lot of different things. Houses, food. I'm not. What are they doing with food, particularly? Like, I don't understand what you mean by 3D printing food. Like, are they actually creating food from printer? If you could follow up on that, that'd be interesting. But yeah, I like that space. Technology in general, I think we're in an innovation period because of well, not the housing market, the labor market. The labor market, nobody wants to work as much as they did. Everything's more and more digital now. So anything that's tied to digital should do well in the coming 5 to 10 years because we're in a big paradigm shift, in my opinion.
That
Okay.
was a good fart. Okay, let me turn on the mic. All right. They don't know. They don't hear that. But
This
no,
guy,
they just see you laughing for no reason.
I
All
look
right.
like an idiot
Yeah.
because Shades is just saying ridiculous stuff when his
But
mic's muted.
all right, Mike is back on. Let's go. All right. So yeah, no, I think Seb Luke here is he's just high. He just wishes he could press a button and it prints his favorite foods while he's high off his mind. I guess.
Oh, dude, that'd be great if that technology comes out. I'd be ordering it. Cheeseburger, fries. Oh yeah, man, that'd be great.
I knew you were gonna say something like that.
All day,
But yeah,
all
so
day.
all right. Any closing remarks, Joey Shaw?
Any closing remarks? Just just get out there, build good habits. Find a good group, talk with people, ask questions, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because that's how we learn. We learn from mistakes, but it's better to learn from other people's mistakes than your own. That's
All
my
right.
closing.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, you enjoyed this first episode of the State of the Stock Market with Shaw and Shades. We'll
Bitcoin.
see you maybe next week or the other week. Who knows? We'll see you whenever we see you. We will be here when that time comes. Let's end this with another Jeff AI response as the out.
Hey, Shades, Trucker Jeff here. I say
Dude, I love these
APLD
outros.